I've talked about my traumatic experience of being diagnosed with Aspergers syndrome, and I'm going to do some videos about my experience with social situations, work, college and so on. But firstly I thought I'd talk about politics, and as with just about everything, you get a lot of politics everywhere, and you get a lot of nonsense. And one of the things you may have heard is an argument about whether you should be using identity first language or person first language. Identity first language is someone saying, I am autistic. Person first language is saying, I have autism. Now, if you know anything about the English language and you have any common sense, they'll probably sound like they mean exactly the same thing. And that's because they do, they mean exactly the same thing, quite literally. But some people don't accept that. The argument started some years back when some professional do-gooders, I think in psychiatric services and so on, decided that we need to see people as persons and not as conditions. And they said that they sort of dictated that you have to say person with autism, basically as a form of political correctness. That might sound all well and good. Yes, we do need to treat people as people, but it also means we're bringing in the language police, which is really annoying. I actually wasn't aware of this argument until sometime a few years ago when I was reading on the internet, and it turned out I'd been getting it wrong all these years as to which one I should be using. I can't remember which one I was using, and I can't remember which is the right one. But some people prefer one, some people prefer the other, and there's no end of debate about it. Personally, I say they mean exactly the same thing. But I think I can put this argument to bed once and for all. The other day I was watching a video by a YouTube lady called Purple Ella, and she was talking about disability language and what you should and shouldn't say and what she prefers, and she was saying she prefers the identity first language. So she prefers being called autistic. She doesn't have autism, and the excuse for that is if she had autism, what does she do with it? Is it something she has in her hand? Is it something she carries up in a bag or puts on a desk or eats for dinner, you know, that kind of thing?
Side note, I will, however, be wondering, where do they keep their autism? Is it in their pocket? Is it in their bag? Do they carry it around over their shoulder?
No, it's not. She is autistic. That's fair enough. She prefers that, and that's fair enough. However, she then goes on to say that she has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome.
So in my case, you might say, Purple Ella has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome.
But yet she conveniently doesn't say whether she carries this Ehlers-Danlos syndrome in a bag or puts it on a desk, or where does she keep it? What does she do with it? She doesn't say. So I think that definitively confirms that this whole identity first versus person first language argument is complete and utter codswallop.